Alright, good morning everybody. I just want to do a quick video. I haven't really put anything on Facebook in a little bit. Turn this volume down a little. I had to redo all my benchmarks on this 3090 because I literally was, well, actually it started out as a comment that I kind of got mad at. Yeah, I'm a hothead, always have been. But a guy pointed out to me, you know, I need to basically up my game when it comes to benchmarks. So I did. I ended up in getting the full like 13 game package, not game package, but benchmark package. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to have this music going in the background, all this copyright stuff. So yeah, but I ended up removing my comment back to him. But so he was right. I needed to up it to with a 3090. I was trying to compare it at regular 1080p to a 3070, 3080, and I just was I couldn't. I still can't justify the money that you pay for these. It's an incredible amount, but I can justify the 3090's performance when you get into AAA gaming and you're playing ultra settings. This card will do it with ray tracing and DLSS. Um, Hands down, it's not a card to be messed with, and I'm sure the board partners are even coming out maybe with some cards that have a little more kick to them. As far as components go in this card, I mean, Nvidia is making it. Samsung produces some of the components that go in it. They're both brand top of the line companies, brand names, and I'm probably guessing that everything in an Nvidia FE card is probably may not be clocked as high as it could be pushed. It's up there, but the components are probably the best of their best. Board partners, on the other hand, I know they're going to make great stuff, but they're going to look to cut them corners and save a couple cents here, a couple cents there, which adds up to a lot of money in the long run. Probably you won't get the same quality components as far as your VRAM and as far as capacitors and PCB. I'm not sure, but it's only my guess. Um, Again, I was talking to somebody and I had mentioned in a video that I ended up taking off because off of YouTube because I was so far off on everything with this 3090. Because of the way this 3090 FE is designed, I said it's heavy. 13, 4 pounds, 13 ounces. It's a heavy card. You know, and it's big. It's over a foot long, 5.5 inches wide, over two and a half inches thick, and it's all metal. But I figured there would be some sag in it. There's not. I even put a level on it. The thing is perfect all the way around, and I can imagine that's because of the way the card's designed, with the back plate of this card being connected to this full metal frame body going around the PCB and all the heat pipes and fins. Definitely gives this card the strength to be able to go in a board. Now, I wouldn't want to put my hand on it and push down on it. Yeah, you're going to snap your board. You're going to snap something, but it doesn't need a support bracket. I'm running the MSI X570 Carbon Gaming Pro Wi-Fi. I don't know how much longer they want to go with the name. Go on, go on. But anyways, yeah. And yeah, I'm checking out a new mic here. I'm not sure how it's going to sound. I may have to play with it. I may have to do some adjustments as far as getting this thing sounding decent. Um, as long as you can hear me, I'm sure that's half the battle, but good quality sound is the other half. Um, so yeah, Mr. Stewart. I'm not gonna send out your last name, but yes, you were right, and I shouldn't have bit back so hard on you. But like I said, I've always been kind of a hothead with things, and I just think that you could have came back to me with, if you had an opinion, and instead of kind of slapping somebody down on it. I'm not that type. If I see something, I'm going to comment on it. I'm not going to come out and tell them, yo, go out and run a real benchmark. No, I'm going to tell them, hey, guy, why don't you try this? Jump into 4K. You're running in low. That I would have happily looked at it and said, you're right. I don't do a lot of benchmarking. I do mostly building. I'm just starting to get into this stuff. So yes, you were right. I've been running the benchmarks. The 3090, hands down, it's car lengths in front of the 3080, 3070s in those maximum settings above 1080, 1440p Ultra, 4K. I don't even know how many games they make in that. But yeah, but now that you did get me thinking about it, yes, I ended up getting the full package of all the benchmarks. I think it consisted of 13 or 15 benchmarks. Fire, strike, I think strike, I don't know. I just got it, I just ran it, and yes, the numbers were miraculous. It, it was just night and day, and I'm not saying you can't get a good gaming performance with a 3080, or a 3070, or even a 3060, even a 68. Well, of course, with the 68, 69, you're not going to get the ray tracing technology with you know, the DLSS, but you're still going to get a good gaming performance. But yeah, I mean, I turned everything on, everything, because 3D Max new benchmarks does have settings in it where you can go for the ray tracing and as high as 4K and whatnot. So yeah, this card is just it's the 3090 because it is the top of the line. Um, I was also talking about I wasn't too fond of the cable, the 12-pin cable, so I did a little looking around and with Asia Hoss. The reason I exactly went with the Asia Hoss is because they do make a 12 and a 2/8 into a 12 extender. I'm not even going to put it on. It's so bloody long. I'd have to pull the two out that I have, and I'm really not going to keep the card in there that long. I'm going to go back to putting my other card in because I'm really not a crazy gamer. Um, but yeah, it's nice. Now I didn't check any of the other places. I guess I should look at cable mods or whatever, maybe see what they have. And another thing about this cable is it's 18 gauge, and that's pretty thin for something carrying that kind of wattage. If this is 18 and that's much thicker, that's got to be 16 on there. And actually, I'm going to have to look into that and see what it is because this is 18. That's got to be the smaller the number, from what I gathered. I'm not an electrician. The thicker the gauge. Um, so yeah, I'm not even going to put this on there. I'm not sure what the gauge is on the factory stuff. It's probably more like 18 as well. But yeah, so again, learning experience. Um, but hey, that's what we're all here for. So, I'm going to put this on Facebook because I'm keeping it kind of short. and Facebook. It's kind of tough to get long videos onto Facebook. So, you know, that's just the thing is I go on. I really have been shying away from Facebook lately because I'm so tired of watching people bash other people and comments that are just totally unnecessary. To me, when somebody says something, someone asks a question and someone says, you shouldn't be asking it. If you don't know it, bring the board back, bring the car. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, the reason they're bashing them is because they probably don't even know the question themselves, the answer to that question. So no reason for that. Oh, something else. I don't want to see anybody's breakfast and lunch. I mean, I know people every day they post every meal. I don't get it. I just don't get it. it. But anyways, that's me. You know, maybe I'm behind on the times. Maybe showing your breakfast is a thing to do. Um, or maybe insulting people just to insult them is a thing to do. And I'm not directing that at you, my friend from yesterday. That's totally different stuff I'm talking about. Actually, you kind of opened my eyes and got me to get deeper into this. And yes, it was a definite learning experience. So I can say, yeah, I appreciate that one. Um, so yeah, talked a little bit about that. Talked a little bit about the card. I didn't give you any really numbers on it as far as anything goes because there's so many videos out there on it. But the card is definitely a beast, and there's nothing that can touch it other than if you run it with I don't know if you can do this one SLI it or not, but I know Bill over at OG10. I know he SLI'd some 3090s. I don't know if they were factory. I don't know if they were founders editions. So I have to ask him next time I talk to him. But anyways, everyone, I'm signing off. Just wanted to pop in. I'm going to blast this over onto Facebook and maybe even put it on my YouTube channel, which I've been slowly but surely getting there with it. I'm still learning how to, I never did thumbnails. I never did, you know, all that stuff, and I'm just learning the editing, adding things in, cutting things out. So, but you know something? It's a pandemic. Good time to learn new stuff. So everybody, stay safe, take care, peace out.